Balls tones. Exactly. Wait. Am I live? Hello? Are we all good? I think we're all good. Okay. My YouTube studio glitched for a sec. Alright, we're all good. Ladies and gentlemen. It's time for Deftones. We're on this layout now. Yeah, new Deftones album, ladies and gentlemen. Deftones, I'm obviously a big Deftones fan. I absolutely love this band. Now, in terms of this album, I have been I'm going in a little mixed. I was not crazy on My Mind is a Mountain. I found that song to be honestly a little underwhelming, especially being like a Deftones single. I just found the track to be a little bit of a regression in terms of like their sound. I guess it felt like them just rehashing a bunch of old stuff without any it felt like them rehashing a lot of what they'd done before without bringing anything new to the table. But then Milk of the Madonna came out, and that song blew me away. That track felt like it was on the same level of quality as like the best songs on Saturday Night Wrist. It was so fiery. It was so angry. There was such a burning rage in the center of that track that I feel like kind of re-sparked my excitement in this album after being kind of disappointed by My Mind is a Mountain. I have a filter on? What do you mean? What, like a voice filter? Mind is a Mountain. I have a filter on? What do you mean my camera? My camera looks normal. It's just different. It's just on OBS it focuses a little differently because it's been changed to 4:3. My camera works differently on OBS than it does on Streamlabs for some reason. Anyway, I've got the album up in front of me. The album is... Let me see here. The album is 11 tracks, 42.5 minutes. Let's get straight into this. Okay, I get an excuse to re-listen to My Mind is a Mountain. First track, let's run it back, see if this song grows on me on a well, not on a second listen, I've listened to it a handful of times. Let's see if this song grows on me on a further re-listen. Turn that down a bit more, guys, then that's super loud. Okay. Okay, listening with Tidal audio quality, this shit is pretty fire. Okay, I don't remember the track being this loud. And I think that it's the volume of this song that's making this work for me. It's so blaring. I have this like set to 70 volume and I'm looking at my audio mixer on my PC and it's like reaching the max that audio can go when I have it down at 70 the entire time. This is breaking the fucking audio levels. Okay. Hashtag ad. The pacing of this song is also better than I remember. It's got a lot more of like a pounding pulse. Chino is bringing it as well, man. His vocals, heavenly. I've heard every album from them except Adrenaline and Gore. All of them except Adrenaline and Gore. Whoa. Fantastic transition into Locked Club. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, hearing this track with better audio quality, hearing this track in context of being the opener, it's grown on me. This is a fucking fantastic way to start this album. Big, pummeling guitar tones, fantastic, super heavy beating pulse to this track. Chino Moreno's vocals reminded me a lot of what he was doing on Saturday Night Wrist, where within single tracks, he'll be going through the softest, most wispy voice right into the heaviest screams you can imagine on tracks like Cherry Waves or Hole in the Earth. I understand this song now. It took album context, this being an opener, for it to fully click with me. Flat 9. Flat 9 on this track. My mic audio is a little too high. The gain's picking up a little bit too much white noise. Let me turn that down a little bit. There we go. Next track we have Locked Club. Ads on, by the way. I think I have them set to the lowest setting. I thought I'd just like have them on for this one, but I have them at the lowest setting. Yes, like the stream. That's high praise. Spoken word thing is interesting. Fucking hell. This is the most metal they've sounded in so long. This is like easily the heaviest they've been in a long time, dude. Run sound is fucking gorgeous. So much attack. That snare has so much fucking crack to it, dude. I absolutely agree with what Brandon says here. Crazy how punchy this is already without trying to force it too much. I recently re-listened to Saturday Night Wrist, or well, the first half, 2/3 of Saturday Night Wrist. And while I love a lot of parts of that album, like Hole in the Earth, my favorite Deftones song, Cherry Waves, one of my favorites of theirs, plenty of fantastic tracks on that album, my biggest complaint with the songs I'm not crazy on is that they feel a little forced. Like the band aren't able to just freely create the intensity that they do on Around the Fur, on White Pony, on the best moments on their self-titled, or even that they would go on to do on Ohms. This is recapturing them, you know, really just being able to create something that's so pummeling, that feels so punishing. This is, again, like I said during the song, this feels like the most metal they've been in a long time. This is so heavy. A lot of their, like, 2010s stuff, I've obviously heard Saturday Night Wrist, Diamond Eyes, you know, every album except Gore. It felt very like it was leaning into the more shoegazy stuff. It felt like it was more rock with metal undertones. This is just straight, disgusting, fucked sounding metal. And that's exactly what I wanted out of this album. I'm sold. 2 songs in, I'm sold. I'm feeling a high 8 on this. The spoken word shit is so fun as well. Yeah, 8.8 on that track. Spoken word shit, so good. Like, I was going into this album, like, hesitant. I'm fucking 2 songs in. I'm just ready for this shit, dude. How do you listen? If it's out in your time zone, you can listen. I'm in the UK, it's midnight for me, so the album's out for me. If it's not out in your time zone yet, then you're gonna have to wait. Or stay in the stream. Ecdysis is the name of the next track. Getting some electronics. Okay. Oh my god, such a rattly bass tone. Fucking hell. So metallic. This is the best Chino has sounded in so long as well, by the way. I remember that being a good track, Dustbell. I've not heard it in a while though. Oh shit. Oh my god. Statius is saying maybe top 3 Deftones, and I'm agreeing. This is fucking like, this is that same magic I was feeling the first time listening to White Pony. Oh my fucking god. It's so punishing. Not tonight, Noah. This is the only album I'm doing tonight. Bringing in a little more of the shoegaze here as well, more of the fuzziness. Absolutely, absolutely. They're still doing the shoegazy shit well as well. Obviously, this track is mostly focused on the heavy. Ooh. The transitions are so fucking good. Oh my god, bro. Oh, this is... Yeah, even like, they're doing the shoegazy shit so well as well. They're doing, like, they're not only going back to being maybe the heaviest they've ever been. When they incorporate the shoegaze, it fits with the heaviness, the haziness, the dreamlike quality that you get with a lot of Deftones shit, being this backing element, this kind of menacing backing presence over this song, is fucking brilliant. I look like you'd eat me up. I'm assuming that's meant to be a reference to your profile picture and name, and I don't know what you're referencing. So I'm afraid I don't get the joke. Absolute dog shit. This is not absolute dog shit. This is absolute peak. I'm feeling a 9.2 on that one. Holy shit. Wow. Okay. Next track, Infinite Source. In fact, I'm going to go back and listen to that transition again because it was that fucking good. What the fuck, man? Ooh. Incredible push and pull on this one. Oh, dynamics are fantastic, yeah. Some of the guitar mixing is a bit inconsistent. I haven't felt that so far. I will say this is looking like it's going to be my least favorite of the bunch so far, but not by a large margin. It doesn't feel quite as fiery as any of the other tracks or as immediately gripping, but still on its own, it's great. So I have Ryan K. I have. Saw it on Twitter earlier. It's fucking ridiculous. Him roaming around in his fucking underwear. backing vocals are great. It's on a lot of ebb and flow. Like, it feels like it's constantly flowing in and out of sync with itself. Yeah, I will be honest, this is, of the bunch so far, my least favorite, but it's not by any large margins. I think that this track is still great as a more subtle approach to a song with a little bit more push and pull, as opposed to being more head-on, just fiery, full-on attack of a wall of noise. I think that this track, it is a nice bit of levity being added to the album, but I will say that it does lose a little bit of the like full steam ahead feeling that I was getting from the previous tracks. Pacing wise, it just feels a little bit out of place, but I'm not going to complain when the song itself is this good. Yeah, incredible push and pull on this album, great show of dynamics. This is absolutely the loudest album I've heard this year, by the way, so getting a moment of relative quietness is much appreciated. I'm feeling a low 8 on this one, like an 8.2, 8.3. Weakest of the bunch so far, but still great. You know, it's like being in a room full of diamonds and picking your least favorite diamond. You know, it doesn't really matter which one's your least favorite. Souvenir. Full of diamond eyes, there you go. Six-minute track. Oh, the growly guitar tone. Oh my god, dude. Broken cave, yeah. Whoa. Interesting to get a song that's a little more expansive here. Feels like it has this constant feeling of like growing outwards. Fucking hell. Wait. Song's not over. Pretty weak falsetto? I disagree. I think the falsetto sounds incredible. Giving closer, so I don't know why it's in the middle of the album. I don't know about closer. Great transition. Definitely feels like a transitional piece. Yeah, I agree. Souvenir, the biggest, most bold statement on the album up to this point. A much more meditative, expansive track that constantly feels like it's growing outwards, cutting off the sections that it grows and then growing them again over and over again, like this repeating cycle of resetting. And it's kind of numbing as a song, despite it still being heavy as hell, despite it being still incredibly abrasive. It's surprisingly, again, numbing and kind of relaxing in an ironic sort of way. The most fascinating piece on this album up to this point, I'm gonna give this one like a flat 9, I think. It requires re-listens for me to fully understand what happened on that track. Yeah, I feel like an unbroken listen of this album is gonna be required to fully get some of these slower moments. Because... yeah, I don't know. I feel like I just don't see the full picture of that track yet, but still, it sounded fucking fantastic regardless. It was psychedelic in its structure, absolutely. This album's impressing the hell out of me so far. This is like the loudest fucking album of the year, dude. My ears feel like they're being like punched over and over again by this album, but I'm not complaining because the sound of the shit is just so gorgeous. Next up, CXZ. CXZ seems to be the least favorite. Okay. Okay. I think I can see why. Okay, immediately, the vocals here, there's something a little off about them. I feel like Chino has brought such a kind of haunting, kind of ghostly presence to this album up to this point. Incredibly menacing. Like, something I've not really seen from Chino since, like, self-titled era Deftones. And this feels like he's going a little bit back more into, like, something more along the lines of like Diamond Eyes, I guess, where it's a little more like almost angelic, which is the last word I'd expect to use for Chino, but I guess kind of an angelic kind of quality. And I feel like it's clashing a little bit tonally with this. The sound of this track is fantastic so far. Instrumental sounds fucking incredible, but the vocals just feel a little bit out of place. This almost feels like it's lacking a little bit of the dynamics. It feels a little bit more brick walls than the rest of the album. Yeah. Back to Pink cell phone era. Exactly. The Pink cell phone of the album. Don't know if it's quite that bad. Halfway into the album, you get your first miss. Feeling like a solid 5 on this song, like a 5.5, 5.6. This is the first track where where the band feel like they're kind of trailing off, I guess. Chino's vocals feel, for the first time on the entire project, out of place. He doesn't kind of have that same menacing, kind of hungry presence that he's had on the rest of the album. He feels a little bit more like he's diving into more like Diamond Eyes sounding era vocals. It feels a little more like that kind of angelic presence that he brings to a lot of the softer moments on their 2010s material. And also this track it has way more of like a brick wall lack of dynamics to it, where a lot of the other tracks have been super loud, incredibly loud, but there's also been so much dynamic range. There has been space within the mix to breathe. This just feels like everything's being squished together as hard as it can, you know? And I just... yeah. I just wish this track was maybe a little bit more fluid, and that Chino Marino, had a bit more of a presence on the song that matched the tone of the album, I guess. Jane's Addiction, early 2000 stuff. Hang on a sec. I gotta respond to my brother real quick. Thank you, PC. Where's the notification? There it is. My PC tells me every time I turn my phone on, and I don't know how to make that stop. Chino would make a great editor here. Exactly. Yes, I know. Thank you, Finley. I think about you all the time. We say inside of your worship. You say you're refrain, and I'm out of my mind. All of my life, you've been the same. All of our sex tape coded. Sex tape's a little more like mysterious than this, I feel. This is more... This feels way more depressing, to be honest. This feels like going down a mental rabbit hole of every single regret you have and beating yourself up about each and every one of them. Kind of like Teenager, but if it was good. Very intimate, yeah. Giving it a little bit of swing with the fills there. Oh, Pink Mag is so good. Absolutely. Acoustic guitars. Okay. Fascinating track. Okay. Right, we'll see how this transitions into Milk of the Madonna. I've already heard Milk of the Madonna. Solid ass transition. As to be expected, the transitions on this album have been great. What's my favorite Deftones song? Probably Hole in the Earth. Hole in the Earth is like my absolute favorite. I Think About You All the Time is the most melancholic moment on this album up to this point. A moment of very deep very depressed reflection. Obviously, you know, the song's called I Think About You All the Time. It feels like him going through a mental rabbit hole of all of these memories he has with this person, all of these regrets, and it's suddenly coming out in these big bursts of outrage. I guess being like pissed at himself for his own decisions. Great blending of acoustics in this song. The last thing I expected to hear on this album was acoustic guitars, but man, they add such a nice kind of rougher texture to the edge of the mix here. Absolutely fucking beautiful. And on top of that, you get what is probably the most dynamic range we've gotten on the album up to this point. It goes from so soft, like feeling like laying on like a nice mattress with a warm blanket over you, and then fucking punching you in the face, being thrown into a fucking wrestling ring, having chairs thrown at you and shit. That juxtaposition works so fucking well, even when that explosion comes completely out of nowhere. That sudden harsh switch is exactly what I love about Deftones. The fact that it is so unforgiving, the fact that it's so abrasive. This song kind of encapsulated that perfectly. Feeling a flat to a low 9 on this one. Yes, like the stream. What Brandon said. Track 8, Milk of the Madonna. Already heard this song. Going to be pretty brief about this one. This song's incredible. I agree. Wait, this coming after the last song is kind of genius. This, okay. The way the song opens up, yeah, the way Chino's vocals soar on this track it's fucking... The fact that Chino Marino still sounds this good 30 years later is insane. He's still bringing just as much thunder to these tracks as he was on albums like Around the Fur. Like almost 30 years after that album came out. It's insane. Absolutely. Okay, interesting transition there. Okay, so album context makes what was already like the song that made me excited for this album better. 10. Holy shit. Would the cymbal have been recorded separately? What, the cymbals on this album? No. I don't think the cymbals were recorded separately. It sounds like you're getting a little bit of bleed. 10. Easy 10. Best song on the album, and kind of not close. Context makes this song that much better. Coming after this fucking gorgeous meditation on I Think About You All the Time, that kind of has these big explosive outbursts, going into something that just feels like a song like Milk of the Madonna that just feels like literally pushing it all out in one massive burst. I hit my mic there, sorry. That feels like pushing it all out in one massive burst. It's fucking gorgeous. This obviously isn't like a concept album or anything like that. It's obviously not meant to be consistent fucking through-line storytelling or anything like that. But just that little bit of sonic through line, that little bit of lyrical through line between these two tracks does everything it needs to for this song. Yeah, easy 10. Also, Milk of the Madonna is just easily the fieriest track we've had up to this point. Absolutely thunderous riffs. Chino Marino's vocals soar miles above this track in ways that I've not heard him do since fucking, like, White Pony. Beautiful. Absolutely fucking beautiful track. Easy 10. Best of the album in my opinion, and if another one tops it, I will be shocked. Up next we have Cut Hands. Sensing glaze, minor glaze, minor glaze. Yeah, we're getting very old school Deftones here, yeah. Yeah, lots of time signature switches on this one as well, yeah. Very disorienting. Some full-on fucking screams on this one as well. This seems like the type of thing that'd be right up Deftones fans' alleys, like something that feels like it's calling back a little bit to like the 90s and early 2000s shit. Yeah, this literally sounds like the song Diamond Eyes. Whoa. The transitions on this album are fucking insane. They come completely out of nowhere. Yeah, the end of that track literally sounds exactly like the end of Diamond Eyes, the song Diamond Eyes. I think it's Diamond Eyes at least. Yeah, Cut Hands, a nice, I don't know if it's like a tribute to like that older era stuff, or if it's just them genuinely wanting to like heading towards wanting to dive into that sound again, like that nu metal sound with the record scratches, you know, the riffing that feels incredibly nu metal as well. It sees them like, you know, probably about 25 years since they've made a song that's like full on nu metal like that, showing that hey, we can still go back and be like the best band in this genre. You know, 30 years into our career, it's impressive as fuck. It's not my absolute favorite on the album up to this point. This track, it just isn't the most impressive structurally, in my opinion, and that's the only thing that I would say holds it back from being like my absolute favorite. But still, it's a fantastic track regardless, and I'd still give it like a low 9, like a flat to low 9. Just not first place for me up to this point. I still definitely think Milk of the Madonna is my favorite of the bunch. Metal Dream. Almost as good as any Limp Bizkit song, exactly. I'm a little torn. The chorus is ethereal, but the verses... The verses just feel a little tonally out of place. And I don't know if they blend the two quite as well as they have before. It feels like there's a little bit of an imbalance tonally between the two. This chorus is fucking amazing though. As of right now, incredible transition into Departing the Body. As of right now, I'm gonna give that song a flat 8. Because I think that the positives outweigh the negatives far enough to the point where I would return to it, just casually, like outside of album context. But I do think there's a little bit of tonal imbalance between the nu metal verses and the shoegazy chorus. On previous projects, they've just felt like they were able to balance that the two a little bit more, and it felt like there was just a little bit of an emphasis on the, like a little bit too much of a heavy emphasis on the nu metal, and it goes too heavy into the shoegaze, to the point where the two feel a little bit too far apart as opposed to it being a clean juxtaposition. It just feels like we're in one song and then we get yanked into another track on the chorus. And I think that the song we get yanked into on the chorus is significantly better than the one on the verses. Still a flat 8. I think the verses are good. Not quite great, but then the chorus is like fucking 10 out of 10 Deftones chorus. So it evens itself out at a flat 8. I just have my gripes with the structure of this song. Final song, ladies and gentlemen, Departing the Body. We are here. We are at the end of this album. 6-minute track to finish us off. Lego. Not nearly as jarring as that earlier track. True. What was it? Was it Souvenir? No, CXZ, sorry. Doesn't feel like it's not. Absolutely, I've been recording for an hour. It doesn't feel like it at all. This album's just been smooth sailing the entire way through. It's been such an easy listen. Who the fuck? Is this Chino? Fucking hell. Michael Jura. There's no other vocalist credited on this. I think it is Chino. Getting some like electronic fuzz in this as well. That's kind of cool. Hidden Michael Jura feature on a Deftones album. Soapy. That was in a warranty, yeah. Okay, I'm actually going to try and pick this song apart. It's called Departing the Body. All of these wispy backing vocals kind of feel like dark thoughts trying to like creep in and overtake. Maybe suicidal thoughts. This song just feels like it's spiraling, essentially. It feels like we're going further and further down as we get deeper into this track. That is Chino. Does the album loop in on itself? No, it doesn't. Okay. Spooky ending, I agree. This is a fucking incredible closer. Now, I'm going to get my one gripe out of the way with this song. And hold the booze, hold the booze. I don't like deep voice Chino. I think it sounds a little goofy. I think it's a bit silly. It pulled me out of the immersion of the album and even the song a little bit when it reappeared in the back half. I think the deep vocals sound kind of fucking ridiculous. Outside of that, that was fucking incredible. And a genuinely ethereal, super bombastic ending to this album that, again, literally felt like the experience of departing your body. It felt like, after going through the weight of this entire album, it's this person being brought to the point of no return. And you even hear these wispy backing vocals almost feeling like egging him on to do it, like suicidal thoughts or something, before at the very end of this track, it's like the process of like the lights going out inside of your mind or something like that. A very eerie closer. It's, again, just as heavy, it's just as explosive as everything else, but there's something a little more sinister to this track that I feel like makes it basically the perfect end for this album. I'm feeling a 9.3 out of 10 on this song. The only thing that would bring it up is, you know, is like my minor gripe, that is that the low pitch vocals are a little goofy. I don't know if they were necessary for this track. It feels like a little too ham-fisted, but besides that, this is a fucking flawless song, outside of that one gripe. It's a good-ass album, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to keep the headphones on. This is a good-ass album. This album fucks so hard. It's everything I wanted it to be. Any worries I had going into this album were squashed in the first two songs. As soon as My Mind Is a Mountain grew on me, hearing it in context of it being the opener, I was sold. I was like, okay, never mind. I was being a little bitch when I didn't like this song. This album is so fucking good. Worth the wait, absolutely. When did Ohms come out? Was it like 2020? Yeah, Ohms. 2020 Ohms came out. 5 years later, Deftones are putting out like, I'm hearing people say like top 3 Deftones, and I can kind of see it. I need to like run back through their discography. I need to listen to Adrenaline and Gore, because I haven't heard those two yet. I need to run back through their discography and get like fresh listens of all of the albums, because it's been a little while since I've listened to like Diamond Eyes and Ohms and like the self-titled and stuff like that. So I need a bit of a refresher to say where this lands in a ranking among their other albums, but I'm going to say this is going to land pretty high up. This is the heaviest the band have gotten, in my opinion. This album is so fucking loud. The mixing, the production is insane. This is the type of shit that gives you tinnitus because you feel the need to play it as loud as possible. Because the mix here is so dense, it's so packed, everything is cranked up to the max, but it's still balanced. There's still such a sense of dynamics on this album. You still get so much room to breathe. It doesn't feel like just brick wall on top of brick wall. It feels like the band actually understand how to balance this super overblown, blaring sound. In the same way, like Knocked Loose did on their album last year, you know, where it is just so overwhelming, but it isn't too much. That is fucking incredible that they were able to find that balance. Outside of that one track, was it CXZ? Outside of CXZ, where, again, it feels like they kind of went into a brick wall thing, it kind of felt a little too compressed. That's the one song that I feel like isn't the best produced, but outside of that, man, they really fucking nailed this sound, and it's a great step forward for the band to take, being as blaring as it is. I think that was a great direction for them to take. And also, Chino brings so much fucking fire to this album. His vocals are sounding the best they've sounded since maybe White Pony. His vocals are sounding the best they've sounded since White Pony, in my opinion. He is soaring above these tracks. He's bringing the tensity to the screams. He's bringing the ghostly, kind of haunting presence to the more wispy, soft vocals. He is providing the most range I've seen out of him since White Pony. And on top of that, the band are just in top form here, creating some of the best metal instrumentals I have heard this decade, creating some of the most fiery riffs, some of the coolest fills, some of the craziest switch-ups I have heard on metal tracks in so long. This is Deftones, like, feeling like they're reaching their peak again. This feels like it's on that same level of quality as some of their best projects. Minor gripes aside, I think the album has some minor pacing issues. I think that the writing isn't quite as gripping in certain parts as well. But if I'm being perfectly honest, when I get a metal album that is this thunderous, that is this overwhelming, that is this abrasive, that is this engaging instrumentally, I can't complain. I'm going to run the numbers, and then I'm going to tell you what my score for this album is. Give me a sec. 9, 8.8, 9.2, 8.3, 9, 5.5, 9.2, 10, 9, 8, 9.3. Hold on, that's right. Hold on, I made a miscalculation here. Hold on. 9, 8.8, 9.2, 8.3. I think I missed a score. 9, 5.5, 9.2, 10, 9, 8, 9.3. There we go. That's more like it. Divide that by 11. Sounds about right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am feeling an 8.8 out of 10 on this album. High 8. This is some good shit right here. This is some good shit. This is exactly what I wanted. Okay? Re-listens, this could grow. Okay? On re-listens, this could absolutely grow. I'm gonna need to run back through the discography to get like a placement in a ranking. I'm not very fresh on Diamond Eyes. I'm not very fresh on the self-titled. I'm not very fresh on Ohms or Koi no Yokan. So I'm gonna need to go back, go through the discography. Maybe a tier list video I could do. I've been loving the tier list videos. Maybe a Deftones tier list could be fun. Get my first listen of Adrenaline, get my first listen of Gore. Just run back through the discography, so you know, I can get opinions on where this would land in a ranking. But yeah, based on vague memory, this may be top 3, to be honest. I put this maybe right below Around the Fur. My top 2 are Around the Fur and White Pony, because they're fucking Around the Fur and White Pony, to be honest. But yeah, this is, in terms of vague memory of the albums, because it's been maybe like 2 years since I've listened to like an album like Diamond Eyes and Koi no Yokan. We're talking top 3, but again, that can change with re-listens. It's been about 2 years since I've listened to some of these Deftones albums, so again, take that with a grain of salt. This is a fantastic album, though. Top 10 of the year up to this point for me, probably. Great shit. Right, I'm going to do the outro in case I turn this into a video, but stream, don't go anywhere. We've got an album of the year review to write, and then a little bit of blabbering to do. This is just for the YouTube video if this gets turned into a video. I might just keep the stream, to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to turn this into a video yet. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think of this album down below. How does it compare to other Deftones albums for you? Let me know what other albums you'd like to see me cover in the future, as well as if you'd like to see a Deftones ranking at some point down the line. Like and sub if you haven't. We are on our way to 4K. Links in the description to my Discord, my album of the year, my Twitter, and my other channels. Check those out if you haven't. And I will see you all whenever I next stream or upload. Bye-bye. Stop recording, please. Thank you. Alright. Let's write this review. Oh shit, wrong scene. Oh shit, that's not on the right thing. Primary monitor, please. There we go. Spelled it right this time. Focus on me, damn it. Focus on me. There we go. Now, I have a feeling that the site's going to bug and it's going to delete my review. So just in case, I'm copying this rating and we're refreshing. Did it save? It saved. Okay. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Not the longest review in the world, but still. I feel like it gets my point across. Oh, by the way, everyone, run up the album of the year. Run up the album of the year. We're trying to surpass ARTV in followers on album of the year, okay? 347. I feel like we can surpass ARTV. Okay, I'm at 211. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be about it for me. No bonus. I need to go to bed because I need to get up at like 8 o'clock to get ready to go to Portsmouth to go and see bands all day. Bonus song for the viewers? I'm afraid not. I'm afraid not. No bonus song tonight. I need to go to bed. It's 1 a.m. I'm going to be laid in bed for probably a good 2 hours before I finally get to sleep because insomnia is so fun. I love having insomnia. And then I need to try and rest as well as I can before tomorrow. No bonus song, I'm afraid. No bonus song. But yeah, that's it. Thank you to everyone who's been here today. Firstly, for the people who are here for the 2 year streams, 2 years of human reviews. That's big shit. And to everyone who's been here in this stream as well: Brandon, Ryan, E. Nunez, Emmy, Spiky Thing, Vincent, Artemy, already said Vincent Perry, David, everybody who has been here this stream, Bodhi as well. Thank you all so much for being here. This has been a very fun reaction. Yeah, I will be back on Sunday with a music request stream. Was hoping to get the Gorillaz self-titled reaction out tomorrow, but it's not looking like I'm going to be able to do that because I can't get it filmed. I can't get the extra stuff filmed tonight or tomorrow. So yeah, that's probably going to come out Saturday instead. The Gorillaz self-titled reaction. I thought Ohms was great when I listened to it, but I've not re-listened to it since, like in full. So, God, that was like 2 years ago. Jesus, it's a long time ago. Anyway, yeah. Gonna run back through the discography to get a tier list video out fairly soon, hopefully. But yeah, again, everyone who's been here, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you guys on Sunday for another music request stream.